Hey guys, what's up? Pixel Art Builder 583 here again, and welcome for yet another edition of the PAB Magazine. Yes, shit has been rather more eventful since the last month we did this, but hey, at least I'm getting better by the minute physically. I'm not coughing much anymore, knock on wood, but since this is going to be the last PAB Magazine for this year, we have a bunch to talk about, despite all those challenging times we're going through. So, let's get to it, shall we? To mix things up a little, we're going to be starting first with the Christmas Special 2022, which is currently top priority. The progress for this particular special is that I got part 1 done now, and I'm currently working on part 2. I know that I haven't been too active before on it, but I have very good reasons on why that case is so. First of all, like I said in one of my community posts, I'm not guaranteeing that all the parts will be done before Christmas Day. There are plenty of factors that tie into it, and I'll state some of the most obvious ones. One of them is because I was sick for almost a month, if not 3 to 4 weeks. It took me a while to shake out the cough that was lurking in my body, and as such, I needed to give my voice a rest for the time being, and just do the whole thing in a procedural manner, which I don't usually do in the long run. Secondly, I've been angry about certain events throughout this year, taking it all too seriously and whatnot, and yes, I wasn't trying hard enough to fight those anger issues within me, but let's face it could happen to even the best of us, but I digress. At the end of the day though, a special will only be a special in the long run. Nothing significant there will be canon to my main series timeline anyway, and this is going to be the last Christmas special with the same old formula anyway, at least for now. As such, I don't care if a few more parts of the special get late anymore. Sure, it won't feel the same, but it is what it is. But anyway, let's jump to Sam for what he intends to cover next.
Thank you, Pixel Art. Now then, onto Microsoft Sam Plays Minecraft, which is, again, the elephant in the room. The very reason that kept getting mentioned and then pushed away from the schedule for so long is because things don't go to plan exactly as pictured, and there have been an inflation of ideas, which, to no end, has been causing anxiety upon some collaborators. Not to mention that it focused on future seasons other than Season 8, when in reality that's going to take years for them to go through, assuming they even do it all. So, we will go to Season 8 and our plans for it. In 2023, we intend to get the first 5 episodes of Season 8 out of the way, and then after that, we will evaluate the next courses of action, as needed in our mental planners. However, like we were saying before, some people have already been busy before now, and one collaborator is still not sure what he wants to do. And I'm hoping the new year will bring fresh mindsets for all of us, as that is the theoretical intention for a new year to bring. If we're all sure of what we intend to do, here's what may happen. Best case scenario, some collaborators may choose to stay for the season, and then we would go from there and continue the work for episodes 1 and 2. In the worst case scenario, if one or more of the collaborators decides to quit, we might have to rewrite some bits and scenes for the script, and we might have to redo the work from there. But we're not certain yet, because we want to make sure we have serious consideration before making an impactful decision. Next up, we'll be talking about Microsoft Sam Replays Portal 2. The story mode portion of it may have been completed, but as confirmed by the initial version of the playthrough, there are still co-op chambers that Natural Sam and I need to take care of. We will go through those again, but first, there will be some training that will be done, since the initial version of the playthrough was riddled with lack of experience, as well as slurs and other misdeeds. By training, I mean practice, before the actual episodes begin the recording process. By the time we are done with the co-op episodes, we will not end it there this time, as it was said before. As for when we are going for the actual episodes, we don't know exactly when we are going to do that. It will happen soon enough. No promises will be guaranteed here. Again, we will need to train for the experience needed if we want it done quickly. Coming up next, we got Microsoft Sam and Friends plays on the Army trilogy, and the substitute for the short-lived possibility Microsoft Sam and Friends play Back 4 Blood called Microsoft Sam and Friends play Deep Rock Galactic. Why bring those two up at the same time, when you could bring one at a time up, might you ask? Pix has been considering restarting the poll to determine whether or not for real there could be on the Army trilogy or Deep Rock Galactic to be developed first. However, the description of said poll did not age well, thereby resulting in uncertainty, anxiety, and mismanagement of the entire series structure. We intend to fix that, so that way we make the proper results and stick with it. That's also why at this time, we will only do the poll when we are ready for the challenge. Because right now, we have a lot of other stuff in our hands to worry about, especially the Christmas special, and after that, tentatively, Microsoft Sam Plays Minecraft Season 8. Now then, we shall go over to Mike for his piece of the edition.
Thank you, Sam. Ahem. So we still have Microsoft Mike Plays Terraria that some of us were going to worry about earlier, yes? Yeah, I know. We kept having to push that away even more than the rest, because there are a few things that were in the way. 1. Real life stuff. 2. Loss of interest. And 3. Hyperfixation on other games. And number 3 was the result of not one single episode of this series being produced. Yeah, blame pixel art for executive dysfunction and false promises.
Hey! We all have other stuff to do, you know.
Yeah, I know. I fucking said that already. Sorry about that. Anyways, we are sorry that not one single episode has been produced, and we are sorry if there were any false promises that were made before. We can try to make the time to do this series, although we are not going to promise that we have all the time in the world to do it. After all, everybody in Pix's staff has many different ideas for what we should do, and we cannot satisfy them all right off the bat. We need to focus on one at a time, and yes, like Pix was saying, we all have other stuff to do. Now then, let's transition over to Mary for her piece.
Thanks, Mike. Anyways, we are here now to talk about Microsoft Mary Plays Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Yes, I know it's been a while, since before July of this year, since we last aired an episode here, but there was lack of motivation coming in that resulted in us not airing another episode. That, and of course similar reasons to what Mike listed in his supposed Terraria series. We may not have aired one of those other episodes just yet, but we are working on finding and making some of the time needed to record and edit the next batch of episodes. It may be a while until then, but we are not guaranteeing anything at the moment, and we are not guaranteeing any release dates for the matter, until some things are finalized. But as for the series, if Pix isn't busy with anything at the moment, we will try as best as we can to manage this series more properly, since supposedly it's more lightweight among some of the rest of those other series. Speaking of Pix, we'll need to go back to him for the remaining topics to cover.
Thanks, Mary. Now then, one more topic series-wise is going to be the potential replay of Minecraft Story Mode. Not only am I doing this to correct any misdeeds that I made earlier when I was initially playing it, I want to give it the remembrance that it truly deserves, in my honest opinion, especially before it got discontinued due to Telltale going out of business in 2018. Don't get me wrong, some people may not have liked both seasons in general, but there are some people who cherish the memories of them, as well as relating it to life. Before I go on any more tangents about this, I will say that on either January or February of 2023, I will try and record Season 1's first 4 episodes, probably one in each week. The month after that, I'll record the next 4. though I'm not so sure about Season 2's 5 episodes, and I'm not making any promises or guarantees that they will be there by then, because knowing schedules I run every now and then, I'm only juggling more than I necessarily need, and that's not very healthy. Now we are going to go to the last topic for now, which is not anything focusing on other series, but it will be something that I intend to improve this series on. First, there will be suggestions that my fellow PAB 583 Productions teammates can put on the table. I want to make it so that way I'm not pulling any punches with what I will update everyone about, and I want to make sure that even I play fair with what I intend to make. After all, since I'm the one running everything on this organization, and I'm only one human being, I can't see everything all in various moments, which is why I'm confiding in some of my trusted friends to help me set things straight without me getting my head too big. Don't get me wrong, while they can suggest things to focus on, only I can make the final decisions and what I can update with still. Next up is some tweaking that I intend to do. One thing I might do is to drop the intentions of a monthly schedule of this series and focus on this whenever the audience feels like they need updates for certain things. Reasons I'm doing that are to reduce some of the stress I tend to put myself and my team through whenever we plan and make videos for this channel, as well as lowering the chances of any unfair expectations being raised about a series. I don't want us to look like we're promising anything and delivering nothing at the drop of a hat, because it's something that I don't want to disappoint anyone with. I'm also doing this because my schedule is bound to change soon by the time 2023 hits, and that's going to be something to tax my brain with in a structural manner. At the end of the day, videos are a hobby, and I have my own life to deal with in the long run. And one last thing I want to discuss is the character variety this has now. Not only does this series lack more character variety currently, I keep restricting it to some points where some stars of a series would talk about one series each, and nothing more. From now on, I'm intending to fix it. Not only would adding more characters increase the variety, it would keep update videos like this fresh from the basket, separated from some of the videos that don't age well because of whatever. In this way, I'm trying to separate the good from the bad, but I am going to be careful to put quality first instead of quantity, because the quality is what matters in a video. I'd rather have a few well-detailed updates in 1 month than a dozen shitty ones, so that adds more reason to liven the series up a little. Now that we covered everything that is going to be offered for this month, it's time for what everybody calls a mandatory recap. 1. Not all the Christmas Special 2022 parts may come out before Christmas Day. 2. We're trying to consider a lot of things for Microsoft Sam Plays Minecraft Season 8. 3. I'm not sure when Microsoft Sam Replays Portal 2's co-op portion will be made, though we will train for experience before it does. 4. The poll for which of Microsoft Sam and Friends Play Zombie Army Trilogy or Microsoft Sam and Friends Play Deep Rock Galactic gets to be made first will be restarted, but only when we are ready to do so. 5. Microsoft Mike Plays Terraria is undergoing consideration when I should make an episode of. 6. Same applies for Microsoft Mary Plays Shantae and the Seven Sirens. 7. Starting either January or February, Minecraft Story Mode Season 1 by its first 4 episodes will be re-recorded. And 8. More improvements for this update series will be made, and I might eliminate the monthly schedule for it. And that's all for this edition, folks. If you enjoyed this edition, Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one in the future. This is Pixel Art Builder 583 signing off. Peace out and happy holidays.